And then Hanabi and Ace Skirmisher joining us in that top 8. If you don't know exactly how everything goes over here on the TGM, based on the cumulative points that are always up for grab every single cycle that we see here. KZ currently in the lead, but first place today is going to walk home with 2,000
for 777 RS. If they get the win and 100 points, they jump right to the top. So it can shake things up. The only team that
we love to see it. But aside from that, we have our map pool now with Season 11 coming in. Hyper, lots for us to talk about. No introduction.
Fans, don't worry. We will be seeing Galaxy Estate coming at some point. It's just a little too soon to get it in. But our top 16 presented on your screen.
Weekend at Bernie's still not yet to pick the pieces up and get a team involved, or at least that I have seen or heard of recent time. But for today, we're going to kick things off as per the usual.
King Zero, a safe bet as well. But Haibu, Ace Skirmishers coming from that Korea region. Ace Skirmishers, they like upset. They didn't change much of it, but they're running Ghost, Sick, Care, and as their top 3. But have you noticed, we've got Brave. Brave, yeah. Well, let's just highlight. That ain't just Brave. Ladies and gents, that's DRG TGM25 player Hathaway. Now on that roster. Came in as a sub and took over Kier's position. And it works. It works so well.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get into it. Game 1 of Cycle 3. TGM26 APAC Online Qualifiers. We're kicking things off very swiftly with KZ being shown the door by 4 AM early. Yuki, Huli Rice taken out of the equation. 4 AM walking down the competition right now. But Hyper, something to note while things have slowed down a little bit off screen. A Skirmisher left not much of them to be desired. Full wipe there for Haibu in the opening moments of this matchup. The recent changes, Season 11, we're going to speak about it now before things kick off too much. We've seen a lot of nerfs and buffs. Interesting to see that Brave is still running the 93R. It's still a very relevant pick, but it was nerfed. It received an ammo buff and a damage nerf because it was being picked so much. But the KS, which you will see pretty much in the hands of every single heavy in the lobby, it is insane now. It was already good, 100 damage, up to 110. Everyone's running it. HHL, HHM is like the new meta. It was HLL or HML as the preference, but it is now double, heavy, and whatever you choose to fill for healing. That seems to be the new norm.
It is the new law. Everybody's loving it. This heavy is such a damaging class that you have to run it nowadays. I want to highlight that this fight between 4 Angry Men and King Zero has been going on throughout. And a full wipe hasn't been successful from either side. Right now, Brave down and dropped. So a disadvantage from 4 Angry Men from the upper hand they originally had. And it's left to Ghost. And we've gone from 4 Angry Men being as dominant as they were going into the top 16 to on the back foot. Almost like King Zero just had deja vu, remembered what happened.
Yeah. We have had some changes as well to utility, so maybe not going to see as many winch claws present. As you can see, no winch claws in this matchup. It was nerfed very heavily. A quick wipe there onto 4 AM. KZ answering back with their own. Busel finding some for himself as well, with Lot attempting to make something happen. I love you cleaning up what was left of 000. It's now just Busel for Haibu. Latte does coin back in. It's an attempted steal now, but the KS, this is why everyone's using it. So close. Latte now the last available person to try and stop this. Indeed he will, just in the right amount of time. And a Skirmisher, they're going to lose out on their chance of B. Off for a soft reset. Haibu, they've cut me off, but they've given us a good reason to do so.
Yeah, the timing was perfect. Latte, the savior, their guardian angel that looked upon them, coming in last second, stops the steal from coming through. But even if that steal did go through, I would not be surprised if Latte had that covered. We switch to the other side. Our top 2 heavy hitters going at each other with brute force. Steal tries to go through from 4 Angry Men. A brilliant pick from Brave, able to get rid of one. Still the mesh shields out, and the steal's going through. Nothing to slow these guys down, and 4 Angry Men, they've stepped off. they stepped off briefly, and that's going to allow King Zero to hop in down to Yuchi, left alive. Brave versus Yuchi, battle of the lights. Who could get the top of dog? No, Ace Skirmishers come into play. They just can't get the steal to come through. Wow, we're getting things kicked off early.
That was insane. That was a free-for-all. That was pretty much all 4 teams getting involved there on that box. And it was a pretty good stagger. You've got to give them that. They had the ability to go for it. Why not? Everyone's going to get involved. This is, as we said, Cycle 3 is where things really start to dial in the difference of who's going and who isn't. And teams really have to lock in on that. A small fight here, 4 AM, losing a couple early. Ace Skirmisher, they'll get a full reset. Nothing much to comment on there. But before I was abruptly cut off before by Haibu, yeah, the changes. Winch completely nerfed, not being bought at all. Teams opting for Mesh Shield over the COS, which makes a lot of sense. Some teams will still run that Winch Claw purely for the box maneuverability, manipulation. But we're not seeing it here. Might be an EU NA thing. The teams still prefer to bring it, but we are definitely seeing a lot of that KS gameplay. Pretty much most heavies present are running it. I did see one BFR Titan, I think, in the hands of Ace Skirmisher. I love you. Possibly the one running that one. But teams then mostly picking the light for the glitch grenades. If you're using those double mesh shields, you can have 2 domes, 2 mesh shields. You need those glitch grenades.
Of course, you've got to note as well, removal of one of the dashes is very quickly. Ace Skirmishers get wiped off the rip. King Zero, well, they've actually got 2 teams who are eyeing them up. Haibu coming into this battle as well, as they so desperately want to ensure that nobody of China goes through early doors. So Steel starts to come through, and it's only Yuchi left alive. No surprise, not wanting to fight this. Allow the Steel to go through, reset, and replan how you attack this, because yeah, okay, Ace Skirmishers did the early damage, but Haibu really solidified that Steel to say, hey, this is ours, bug off, we want control.
It's interesting days, Hyper, but mostly King Zero now have to play catch up. That glitch grenade, perfect. Mesh shield's down, but that KS, so much damage onto Yuki. He's punished. He has to give up for the time being. Will finally be taken out. It now just leaves Whaley Rice and Aegon on their own, chasing down what's left of Busel. He will finally be punished as well. 0-0 there. Will they have time? They do have one that can deny. Glitch comes out, dive on in with the invisibility. Everyone's there trying to keep him alive, but no, just the right amount of damage is done with the help from Latte on that mesh shield. They'll be able to defend for now. Haibu find their second. KZ still in good contention, finding that top second spot. They might even get the wipe here. Again, taking out a little bit extra cash on the board, but with that wipe, if a skirmisher can find their vault, they will take second. It will be a kill race. It'll be pretty close. But, Hyper, that is a pretty decent start. Invisibility, another thing I want to highlight. Lot losing his life there, unfortunately. Out of position away from his team, a little bit too far away. Skirmisher might actually be in a little bit of trouble here after losing him. But invisibility, huge. A small nerf, but still very, very much in the meta.
It is the strongest for the lights, absolute strongest, and I find it funny how Lot B just went for the tap on the vault and then realized this wasn't a good idea, but they're still going through from 4 Angry Men. Will get stalled. Only a few seconds left, and this is exactly what Ace Skirmishers want to see. It's kill race territory for King Zero, so the fights still have to go through, and guess what? King Zero are amongst this, are on the other side, not fighting this at the moment.
They need to do something. They can't sit. They're $1,000 in the lead, which isn't a great deal. That does help, considering that Ace Skirmish just had a full wipe. So they lost a little bit of cash there. 15% of their total volume, unfortunately, means that they are going to be underneath. I don't imagine that'll be too much of an effect at this current moment, considering that we do still have a minute of gameplay and 2 boxes yet to be run. They are in play. 5 is on the way towards B. 6 has just been opened, and that's going to be pretty much instantaneously plugged here by Haibu. But we look towards the scoreboard. 4 AM with the plug now are looking to take top spot. A full wipe's going to hurt. That still leaves them there. They will lose it to a steal from a skirmisher who are going to be gunning for that spot now. Haibu stays in second. And this is going to be a close one for our first game, Hyper.
Smart from Haibu. They're wanting a forced double. That's their goal, or at least throw it away into the abyss. 22 seconds left. That's all they need to do of hogging this final vault. They're going to do that with ease, and all focus will look at Ace Skirmishers for that final spot. And it said Haibu qualifying into the next round, so they're happy. They're wiping their brow. 000 also getting the information. Question is, who do you choose to go through? Because that's Haibu's responsibility. They can now decide, who do they want to go against? Do they want to face against Ace Skirmishers, or do they want to go against one of these Chinese teams?
It's very dependent on if they get involved at the right or wrong time. If they go too far too fast, they're going to give away that ability that they have to dictate the pace. Losing 2 players as well. 000 is holding on to that vault, which means he can be relatively safe for a fair while, but it's going to be an attempted steal here. They have to try and defend. It's not enough damage. The KS has a very slow TTK, especially if going up against a heavy, which means they're going to lose their opportunity to do so. But here comes KZ. They want a piece of the pie. They're trying their luck as well, but Haibu, they're coming into grief. Busel's back now as well. Ace Skirmishers still hold on to this vault, even though they are not present in this fight. It's just 4 AM, but I think they've clocked that. They're going to go for the steal, completely uncontested, unless Busel can do something about it. No, 4 AM have got it. They're going to lock in first. Haibu walk away with second. Ace Skirmisher push down to fourth, and KZ, the Chinese Kings, they're going to walk away with third.
Whoa. Ace Skirmishers, Zero had an opportunity. Wasn't enough, but 4 Angry Men saw the opening, slid into their DMs, and said, you know what, boys? We want next round.